What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to show you how to take your bodybuilding measurements alone. You don't need anybody's help. Check this shit out. It's actually pretty freaking easy. Alright, so basically go ahead and get one of these. They cost about $1 from Fred Meyer, Walmart, whatever, anywhere. I got it from a craft store. It wasn't too far away. So first I'll show you how to do the chest. It's pretty easy. Basically you just kind of bring it up like this to about your armpit. Bring it in, then slowly tighten it, just a little bit. And you're going to notice that this is actually going to start falling down a little bit, so make sure you apply ample pressure to prevent that. Okay, bring it around some more. Alright, what are we at here? Oops, make sure this isn't curling around. Careful, yeah, because this will curl. It might flip over and give you a false reading. Okay, so you want to measure your chest about nipple height. I do a little bit above the nipple because I believe that's like the peak where my chest is located at. I think you should always be measuring at the peak because that makes sense. That's the biggest point and you're always looking for it, and it'd be easier to measure it in the same big spot again. But remember, always do measurements the same way. A lot of people do measurements slightly different from you, but it's just important that you just do them so you know where you're at. Anyway, let's see here. So it looks like I'm about 41. So when you're doing this, you have to make sure that measuring tape is on, like, not very tight, but on just to the point where it's about to fall off, but not. So just apply a little bit more pressure, so it's basically just coming in contact with your skin and not like, you know, not like leaving indents. So as you can see, I have it set up here. It's about 40 and a half. And you want to kind of relax your arms, bring the arm a little bit more in, because you don't want to be like, you know, getting a false reading. Alright, looks about right. See, there you can see the back. Alright, so that's how you do your chest. Let me show you how to do the waist, what I have to call the stomach. So once again, make sure this is perfectly straight, bring it in. A lot of people want to do it at the belly button, and you can. My personal preference is to do it slightly below the belly button, because that's where I see the most, like, you know, fat. So it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I know some people are going to say, oh, you're a skinny guy, you don't have much fat. That's true, but everybody has a little bit of fat to some degree. I'm about 14%, and you know, you can still see a little bit. I can't see the lower parts of my abs. I can only first top two. So anyway, I'm doing it a little bit right below the belly button. And like I said earlier, don't put too much pressure, just enough to where, you know, it'll be around you, but not too much. Okay, I'll make sure this is the same height too. Alright, so it looks like it's about 32. Alright. Wasn't too bad. Okay, now we should do the thighs. So, a lot of times people measure one area in the thigh. I recommend measuring two, because one, you kind of want to know where your quadriceps are at, you know what I mean? Because they're kind of different thicknesses, you know, as you go up, and it gets kind of weird. So what I like to do is, I'll measure at the top here. Okay. So pretty close, seriously pretty close up to like the crotch area is pretty much the apex of the thickness of the thigh. You really have to go really high. But yeah, it's about 22. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a big guy, I work out, but you know, not everybody can get as big. So okay, 22. And then I do the lower extremity, which is about right here. Okay, that's about, looks like it's about 18.75. Alright, so that's that. Then you gotta do the hips, or better yet, the calves. Or sorry, not the calves, the gluteus. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so you want to make sure you're always doing the thickest point. So right now, I got the measuring tape, and I'm trying to find the thickest point of basically my ass. So I think it's right about here. Find it, And you wrap it around, and it looks like it's about 39.25. So pretty easy. Remember, looking for the thick point. That's basically what I did here. Alright, now the bicep. Bicep's a little bit more annoying because you have to like line it up like this and make sure that the rope's not falling. I like to pinch it in a little bit. Keep your arm holding it. Grab it and then slowly, and make sure the long part's just kind of hanging. Okay, and you want to bring it about at the peak, where you think the peak of your bicep is. So, when we're going to start to slowly flex. Okay, I'm starting to flex more and more. Now, okay, and slowly like this to reposition. I like to call it the wiggle. Okay, now I'm flexing. I still think I'm not all the way at the peak, so I'm going to just kind of wiggle it a little bit more. Okay, good. There, perfect. Okay. So it looks like I'm about 13 and a half. 13.75. There we go. And remember, you want to measure both arms. I'm not going to do it in the video because you can do it. But the reason you want to measure both arms is because one arm might be a little bit too big or too small, and you want to make sure that you have a well-balanced physique. That's kind of what the point of working out is. And if you're a bodybuilder, which is kind of what I'm trying to get into, you definitely want to keep track of your measurements, because then you don't know where you're at. And if you don't know where you're at, then how are you tracking your progress? It's just one of the many things you should be tracking in one of your workout books, which is pretty nice to have. Don't forget to have that. Okay, so forearm. You don't really want to flex your forearm too much, because if you do, then the tendon is just going to pop up like this. For me, I happen to have like the tendon pop up a lot more than normal. It's going to give you a faulty reading. You don't want that. So pinch it up into myself. Bring it up to the peak. Remember, always doing the peak. See, right here you can see that, I don't know if you could see it in the camera or not, but I believe my peak is right around here. I can see like this little bump. I don't know if you could see that or not, but whatever. So that's how you do that. Very good. Put it around. And looks like that's pretty much how you do it. Okay, I'm going to do it like this actually, because this prevents the tendon from popping out as much. And then I flex a little bit, but I kind of bring the arm out because I don't want the tendon popping out. So about 11. But yeah, so you do that. Let's see what else we got. Okay, calves and then neck. I'll do neck first. So neck is sort of troublesome because you can't really see what you're measuring. So once again, put it behind. Bring it about at the height of the Adam's apple. That's what I like to do because it's the peak. Okay, and bring it in. Then the little metallic part that you use to basically know where you're at. Find it with your left hand, feel it, and then make a little point to where, the measurement's at. And there you go. So I'm about 14 and a half, a little bit more. Okay, and then calf. Calves are probably one of the easier ones because you can just see them, right there. Okay. And once again, measure at the top point. Okay. And that's looking like it's about 14. Now we're doing the calf, and it looks like the calf is at about 13, almost 14 inches. Alright, so yeah, basically I want to hear from you guys. Just like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. What do you guys want to know about? What do you want to understand? Do you want to know about workout routines? Do you want to know about, what foods to eat to help you, keep the fat off? What is it that you want to know? Let me know. Go ahead and comment. I'll answer all the questions thoroughly on any comment. Yeah. Let's see here. Also, a bonus for you guys. I'm gonna do the shoulders. So a good way to do the shoulders, very similar to doing chest. Bring it behind, bring it about shoulder thickness. Think about up to here. I mean, it really takes a lot of looking, so make sure you're actually looking at it. And you bring it in, take it to one hand, and slowly restabilize. And there you go. Although I might go a little bit lower, loosen the shoulders up a bit. Okay, 47 something. Alright, and that's how you do shoulders. Thanks, guys.